Hey guys, I'm Daisho and I'm here bringing you the finals of this Return to Ravnica draft. And I'm going to lead off with a Dryad Militant, while my opponent leads off with a Centaur's Herald. So this is a pretty good start for me. I can get in for some damage pretty early, especially since I'm going to be able to play a 1-drop into a 2-drop. And he's not going to be able to do anything here since he's only stuck on green mana. So that's unfortunate for him. But that Centaur's Herald is definitely going to do him some work because it's going to turn into a Centaur pretty soon. But I am going to be able to get in for 6 damage before he's going to do anything, which is pretty good for me. I mean, just taking him down to 14 this early in the game is just really useful. But here I make a really stupid play, so I was trying to be tricky, and the thing is, I knew that if I attacked with my Keening Apparition, he would just turn it into a Centaur and block, because he really wants to get rid of my Keening Apparitions because he's got Collective Blessing and well, some other good enchantments in his deck. So he doesn't want me to leave that Keening Apparition alive. So I know that if I do attack with the Keening Apparition, he's going to call the bluff and he's just going to block it. But if I attack with the Dryad Militant, then he probably won't, because it's not really worth it for him to run into a Giant Growth. But playing around that is just him blocking with the Centaur's Herald and sacrificing it. So I really get no advantage by making that bluff, so it was a pretty stupid play. So not only is he stuck on only green mana, but he's also stuck on lands, and he can't draw another one. So that's unfortunate for him, but it does work out for me, because now I can get in there with my 2 guys again. So right now, I think I did this because I told you he would just block with the Centaur if I had it. But I didn't have the pump spell previously, but I think I just drew the Giant Growth this turn. So that's basically what allowed me to attack that turn. And unfortunately, I don't have any more creatures, which kind of sucks. The cards in my hand are pretty situational. I think I have a Keening Apparition, but I don't want to play it because I don't want him to like kill it and then me not have an out to a Collective Blessing later on. But again, he's still stuck on mana, but he can just sit on that Centaur's Herald, and there's really not much I can do. I do draw a Selesnya Sentry here, which is good, especially since I'm on 5 mana, because once I'm on 6, then I can basically beat whatever he's got. I mean, I can beat a Centaur in combat, because I can just regenerate my dude, and it'll just kill the Centaur. So then I can start getting in for chunks of 3 without him really being able to do much. But he finally draws his White Source, and now I think I'm in trouble because, I mean, he hasn't been playing any spells the whole game, and now that he's drawn his other source, he's got more cards in hand that are relevant than I do. So he's definitely not in such bad shape, even though he's down on life, because I mean the creatures that he's got are much better, especially after he plays his Skull of the Conclave. So now he's got 2 Centaurs, and I don't draw the land for my Selesnya Sentry, so I don't really want to attack with it yet. I mean, I guess I wouldn't mind trading. I wouldn't mind trading with his last Centaur, because then that would mean that he wouldn't be able to populate. But since he's got 2, it's not really such a useful trade for me, especially since I can just wait until I get 1 more land, and then I can start regenerating it and attacking, because I mean my lands aren't doing much. I mean, the cards in my hand aren't doing much anyway, so I may as well use all my mana to attack and not have my creature die. But anyway, he's gonna draw another plains, so that's pretty good for him. And this turn, he's just going to think for a while, and then eventually play a Sunspire Griffin. I don't really know what he had in hand, but again, that's just adding another good creature to the board. Basically shuts down any kind of attacks that I would have, and I really need to draw something if I want to be able to get out of this. I've got 2 cards in hand, and I'm pretty sure, or I've got 3 cards in hand. It's a Keening Apparition, Rootborn Defenses, and a Druid's Deliverance, I think. So none of those cards do anything right now. I mean, the Keening Apparition would just be another creature. But he's just going to play 2-3, and there's really not much I can do about that until I draw this Golgari Decoy, and that's just, I mean, kind of the best card that I could have drawn in this situation. I was really just hoping to draw land, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I have this card in my deck. That's pretty awesome. So this Golgari Decoy is definitely going to be good. I don't quite have lethal, since I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage that would go through if I had if I just attacked with my Golgari Decoy, or if I attacked with everything. But that's not a problem, because I do have the Rootborn Defenses in hand, so I can give it indestructible and then basically get 2 attacks out of it. So here he plays a Collective Blessing, and then this attack didn't really make too much sense for him either. I mean, sort of like the attack for me at the beginning of the game didn't make any sense, because no matter what, I'm just going to be sacrificing my Keening Apparition, so I don't take 5 from the Sunspire Griffin. Although I guess maybe I could just take 5 from the Sunspire Griffin and then attack back, and then I would basically be trading 5 for 2. and then sacrifice the Keening Apparition next turn. But I don't know. I don't really know if that's the case. But he needs to leave at least one Centaur back so that he can kill my Golgari decoy. But he is just going to attack with the Centaur and the Sunspire Griffin, and then I'm going to chump block with my Keening Apparition and then sacrifice it to kill the Collective Blessing. So, I mean, Collective Blessing just seems like such an unfair and overpowered card when you can't get rid of it. But when it trades for your 2-drop, then you're that already got in damage and chump blocked, like it definitely worked out in my favor because he has to pay 6 mana for something that doesn't really do anything. So now I'm just going to attack with everything, and I'm going to end up getting in for 7, I think, taking him down to 5. And luckily, as I said, I had that Rootborn Defenses in hand, which is just really clutch. I don't have anything to populate, but I mean, that just shows you the versatility of a card like Rootborn Defenses is even without the ability to populate, you still are able to get a lot of value out of it. So now I'm just going to play another Keening Apparition on the board to get some more power out there. I think if he had a Tristani's Judgment right here, I would have been in really bad shape because he would have just been able to get rid of my decoy and put another Centaur on the board this turn. So then he would have 4 creatures to my 4 creatures, but every single one of his creatures is better than any of my creatures. So that probably would have been good for him, but he didn't have anything. So I managed to take game 2. And stay tuned for game 3. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a wonderful day. Bye.